We're going to do a technique in fingerstyle called Travis picking, which is credited to Merle Travis in the early 20th century. But you can find examples of this technique in other music from players in earlier generations, players like Elizabeth Cotten, Kennedy Jones, Arnold Schultz. This is not a Merle Travis thing. In my opinion, it was kind of appropriated, but you decide for yourself. That's beyond the scope of the video. So what you're going to do is alternate between your thumb and then 1 or 2 fingers. Which version of this technique really depends on what you're comfortable with. So the thumb is going to play on the A and the D string, and then you can either use the index finger only on the G and the B string, or use the index finger on the G string and the middle finger on the B string. So if we use just the thumb and the index finger, you're going to do thumb on the A, and then index finger on the G, thumb on the D, index finger on the B string. You're going to want some kind of anchor with your hand. Obviously, there's this classical tradition where you don't do that, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a different type of playing that originated in the US and Appalachia and the South that doesn't follow the classical tradition as we know it. So that aside, you're going to start slow. I'm anchoring my pinky, just the pinky, okay? You're going to keep a steady beat. Try and go slow and steady first. Nice and steady. It might even be slower than this, and that's fine, okay? As time goes on and you get more comfortable with this, as it starts to get ingrained in your muscle memory, then you'll naturally just start to do it faster. Okay? There's a variation of this where you can do the A string and then the B string. So you're flipping the order of the G and the B. So we have A, B, D, G, okay? And you want to do this to the point where you can talk over it, like have a conversation over it, okay? Whatever you want to talk about. The way this technique is executed has some variations to it. You can also incorporate the second finger, or your middle finger, right, on the B string. So you can go A, B, D, G, thumb, middle, thumb, index. You can reverse the order. So you can do A, G, D, B. For anchoring the hand, people use the pinky on the body of the instrument. Some people will use the pinky and the ring finger. Some people, if they just want to use the thumb and the index finger, do 3 fingers resting on the body. This way of playing is actually very common in Central and West African guitar styles. You'll see this a lot. I personally am not super comfortable with this. I find it straining, but there are people who really execute this at a blistering speed. It's very impressive. So for me, I like to use just the pinky. Experiment, find what works for you, okay? And once you've settled on that, I'll see you in the next video.